Hey guys, Rob Lally here. In today's video, I'm going to tell you exactly how you should be doing market research. Now, let me just tell you something, right? Doing market research as a new business owner or a business owner that has just started a brand new venture is one of the most important things you can ever do if you want it to succeed, but is also one of the most sounds like one of the most boring and unsexy things to do. And as a consequence, like almost nobody does it apart from the successful people, right? And let me just tell you, I have worked with, businesses and individuals who are building the business from the ground up and they haven't got anything at the moment. I've worked with people who are doing 5 figures a month. I've worked with 6-figure entrepreneurs. I've worked with 7-figure entrepreneurs who are trying to get to 8 figures, right? And let me just tell you, right, the trends and the patterns say that like the people who don't do the market research, they always end up paying for it later. Either they pay for it in spending loads and loads of money, or they pay for it in like investing loads and loads of the time and getting zero result back. And then eventually having to come back and do the market research where they either find that they've been doing it the wrong way the whole time, or that the idea actually doesn't work at all and nobody's interested in it. So better do it up front than actually, go down that path and having wasted loads of time and money and then have nothing to show for it, right? If you're new to this channel, hi, my name's Rob Lally. I'm an entrepreneur based in the UK. I have a coaching business on LinkedIn where I hold workshops for teams, bigger companies or for individuals as well. I teach them how to leverage LinkedIn and get leads for their business. So let me just quickly walk through how you should be doing your market research. It's really simple. So you have an idea, first of all, and you need to basically test which market is responsive to this idea. So to break it down, the most effective way that you can do market research is by finding the people who potentially might be your client. So you've got a business idea and you kind of know like who you should be targeting, what your ideal client kind of looks like, right? And often like you know those people, right? And you know at least some of them. So the best way, and they could be like family or friends, the best way to do your market research is by listening and getting qualitative data, not quantitative data. Qualitative data is like informational interviews, asking people exactly like what pain points they struggle with. So what I would do in this situation is, if you know family, friends, someone in your network who you think might potentially be an ideal client, and even if they're never going to buy your product, like they are kind of the type of person who will buy a product, what I would do is I would take my phone out right now during this video, and I would text them. I would send 10 messages to 10 different people right now, right? Saying, hey, I'm currently building this brand new business. I would love to get a little bit of your insight because you're actually like a potential person who I would look to be targeting in the future. But right now I'm in the research stage. Can you please help me, right? If they're the family and friends, they might be able to set a call up with you, and, failing that, they might be able to at least send you a text back, right? Say always, always, always aim for the call. On the call, you ask them what their pain points are. Don't lead them into a potential answer. Make sure that you ask an open-ended question like, what is your biggest challenge for you right now? Like, what have you got going on? Ask these challenge questions and then let them do the talking, right? The thing is, if you interrupt and you say, is it kind of like this? Is it kind of like this? Is confirmation bias? You end up coming up with your own research, and guess what? That's not market research. It doesn't work, right? So instead, you ask these open-ended questions. You ask them like their biggest challenges, their pain points, and you ask them like where they want to get to, their goals, like what's stopping them right now. All these questions, you ask them over a 15-minute conversation, right? Make sure it's not like, feels like an interrogation. Have a little bit of back and forth with them. They're your friend or family, right? And what you do after you've done it with 10 people in your close network, right? You then take it wider. You then go and hunt outside using LinkedIn or like using Facebook groups or something like that, and hunt for these people who potentially might fit your ideal client. You then cold connect with them and see if they want to do like an informational interview as well. And why do you do this? Well, you want to interview people who aren't actually in your network, your friends or your family network. The reason why is because the demand effect comes into play with your family and friends. And basically, well, it's more likely to come into effect with your family and friends. What the demand effect is basically sometimes people will just tell you what they think you want to hear, right? So if a company sends out a survey to survey like their employees' engagement scores or like their happiness as well, generally what happens is like about 20% of those survey results that come back in are actually useful and are real useful research. You've got a big part of them being too negative, but a big part of people also as well being overly positive. They just tell you like what you think you want to hear. How do you feel like your line manager is right now? Oh yeah, really great, really great. They're a really nice person. What do you feel that could be changed in the organization right now? Oh, nothing really, like, I think like everything's going really well. They just basically tell you what you think you want to hear. So you want a variety of different answers to do your market research. You want your friends, your family. Your friends and family will lie to you, okay? Cold people will most likely not lie to you, as long as you ask open-ended questions. If you ask leading questions, again, do you think this is your biggest problem? That's a leading question. They will most likely answer yes to it. But instead you say, this is the area I'm focused on. What are your biggest struggles in this area? You get all this research, 10 for your friends and family, 10 from like cold people. You then say to the cold people, hey, I'm building out a potential solution for this, okay? Would it be okay if I sent you an email later on or like, contacted you later on about this potential solution which I'm building? Would that be something be of interest to you? And they'll be like, yeah, sure. Most people, if they've been helpful for you and they've took the role of expert, this is all psychology, this is all cognitive biases, they will say like, feel free to reach back out to me later, right? And then what happens is you put these 10 people, or however, the 6 out of the 10 that have said yeah, you put them, you note their names down, and when you have a solution, these are the first people you follow back up with, right? What do you think of this new solution? Would you be open to another call? Thank you so much for helping me before. Like, would you mind giving me some feedback on this? And then you see if they want to buy for a beta rate or like a discounted rate. This is how you take market research into like essentially quick sales, right? But you must provide a good solution. You can provide a good solution and sell it at a discounted rate to the first few people for them helping you with market research. You can then say to them, look, this is typically a $2,000, whatever it is, whatever your price point is, because you help me out with market research. That was absolutely instrumental for me creating the solution. You can have it for 30% of the cost, right? Boom, deal done, deal done. Now, if you do this, you can take a business from essentially the first idea to basically a whole business with the first few clients within like a week, right? As long as you have the solution ready to go, right? But it's always important that you do your market research, right? And then craft the solution around like the biggest problems. But you want to make sure like the pool of people you're interviewing is like a quality group of people that you're interviewing, and also that you have a big enough number as well. And I would start with 20 and then reiterate from there, okay? Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to the channel for more like business tips like this. If you want to message me or, speak to me more in person or one-to-one, send me a message over LinkedIn. Because like I'm active over there as well, and it's got an inbox, we can exchange messages back and forth. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to the channel and take care. See you in the next one.